If you've ever walked into a room and instantly sensed who holds the power, even before a word is spoken, you're already witnessing one of the most powerful games ever played, and you might not even realize it. This is the hidden mind game of high-status people. The ones who dominate silently. Who don't chase attention but command it effortlessly. And today, we're going to expose how they do it, using principles even Machiavelli would admire. Most people think power is loud, flashy, dominating. But Machiavellian minds know the truth: real power is invisible until it strikes. It's not the one who speaks the most, but the one who speaks last, and with weight. High-status individuals play a psychological game that's centuries old, and it starts with perception. They understand that people don't follow those who try to lead. They follow those who seem already chosen by fate to be followed. But how do they create that illusion? The first tactic: strategic silence. When you speak less, you reveal less. And what is unknown is feared. The high-status individual lets others over-explain, overreact, overshare, while they sit in silence, reading the room, calculating every move. Their silence is louder than noise because it signals composure, detachment, and superiority. Second, they control emotional energy. When others get angry, they stay calm. When others panic, they lean back. Why? Because emotional control is the highest form of status. If your emotions can be manipulated, you're a pawn. If you control your state at all times, you're the king on the board. Third, they use intentional scarcity. They are not always available, not always reachable, and that makes them desirable. In psychology, this is known as reactance. When something becomes limited, its value skyrockets. High-status people understand this intuitively. They don't flood the room with their presence. They withdraw it strategically. Machiavelli wrote that it's better to be feared than loved, if you cannot be both. But the real game? It's being respected, which is a cocktail of fear, admiration, and mystery. High-status people don't ask to be respected. They act in ways that force others to offer it. They master posture, eye contact, and tone. Their body doesn't fidget. Their voice doesn't rise in anxiety. Every movement is precise, deliberate. They don't respond immediately because they don't rush to impress. They let silence pressure others to fill the void. And in that void, they gain power. Now here's the twist: you don't need money, fame, or looks to play this game. You need presence. You need restraint. You need to see every social interaction as a battlefield, where the most emotionally grounded person almost always wins. You must reprogram yourself to stop reacting and start observing. And remember, the moment you stop seeking approval, people start giving it. High-status people understand that desperation is the perfume of the powerless. They never chase validation. They give it to others strategically, like a king who offers favor. So what's the takeaway? Start small. Speak less in conversations. Observe more. Wait 2 seconds before responding. Say less with more weight. Be the calm in the storm. Master your inner state so the outer world has no control over you. Because in the end, Machiavelli wasn't just describing rulers. He was describing you, if you dare to play the game the right way. And if you've made it this far, you already know, silence is power, control is status, and the game has just begun. If this video shifted your mindset, comment, "I play the silent game," and subscribe for more mind-altering truths they don't want you to know. Let's now take a closer, deeper look, not just at how high-status individuals act, but why they act that way. Let's decode their inner psychology and expand your awareness of this silent power. In ancient Rome, generals like Julius Caesar were taught to hide their emotions, to never show fear in front of the army. This wasn't about suppression, it was about projection. To maintain order, to build loyalty, to rule, they had to appear unshakable. High-status people today still follow this blueprint. They walk with a composed face not because they feel no emotion, but because they've mastered the art of not letting emotion betray them. Power is not just what others see, it's what you make them feel. The key isn't to manipulate others. The real trick is to master yourself so profoundly that others cannot help but be drawn into your presence. This means setting boundaries so firmly that people respect them without being told. It means not explaining yourself unnecessarily, because explanation is a form of defense, and defense signals weakness. It means pausing before responding, not from hesitation, but from authority. Every word carries more power when it comes after reflection. Think of Elon Musk, or Angela Merkel, or even someone like Keanu Reeves. What do they have in common? They don't overtalk. They use silence as punctuation. They make space their stage. And in doing so, they own the conversation without monopolizing it. In the game of power, mystery beats charisma. Reserve beats charm. And presence beats volume. Now let's stretch this deeper into Machiavellian terrain. The truly powerful not only master their presence, they manipulate environments. They know how to shift group dynamics subtly. They enter a room and notice who talks the most, who needs validation, who is insecure, who competes for status. And they say very little, until the moment they must. Then, they speak one sentence that recalibrates the whole room. That's not an accident. That's strategy. Machiavelli would call this virtue, the ability to mold fortune to your will. But it's not about being cunning. It's about being observant, emotionally intelligent, aware of the unspoken rules. And it's about becoming the kind of person who doesn't just know the game, but redefines it by playing it differently. Imagine how much of your power you leak every day by over-explaining, over-apologizing, trying to prove your worth. Every time you explain too much, you lose mystery. Every time you justify, you imply guilt. High-status people speak in facts, not explanations. They assert, not apologize. They move forward, and others follow. But how do you build this? The first step is detachment. Detachment from opinions. From the need to be liked. From the addiction to constant approval. When you're detached from outcome, you become unpredictable. And unpredictable people are powerful. Because others cannot use your reactions against you. So here's a practical tip: train yourself to delay your emotional reactions by 5 seconds. When something triggers you, pause. When someone challenges you, don't answer immediately. When you feel the need to explain, say less. Let the silence speak. Let your energy, your control, your calmness do the talking. People will lean in. They'll listen harder. They'll respect you, even if they don't know why. That's the power of playing the hidden mind game. And in a world addicted to noise, those who master silence become kings. Those who walk slowly in fast rooms. Those who observe when others perform. Those who reserve judgment while others shout. These are the new high-status elites. And this can be you, not in some future, but now. It begins with awareness. It grows with restraint. It thrives with purpose. And it commands with calm. Welcome to the game.